to my 45-minute Vinyassa Flow. My name is Becca Wagner, and today we are going to focus on the element of water, which also focuses on the sacral chakra, which is about 3 inches or 3 fingertips below the belly button. So we'll be doing a lot of hip opening. Today we're going to start in crocodile pose. So you'll start on your stomach with your arms stacked and your forehead on your wrist. And as you come to this position, think about a river. A river can take many different forms and shapes. It can be almost dry and still. It can be a raging river, dragging anything along with it that comes into its path. But today I want you to think about a calm, peaceful river, maybe the lazy river at the pool, just in constant movement and peaceful and relaxing. As we start in crocodile pose, I want you to bring your intention to the mat. Let everything from the outside world just drift away and just settle in and let your body pool like water. Let your breathing become deeper and even, and let all those outside thoughts just flow out of your mind. We're going to start with some diaphragmatic breathing. So here in a minute, I'll have you take a deep inhale in for 3, and then we'll do an exhale for 3, and we're going to do that 3 times. So when you're ready, I'll have you inhale for 1, 2, 3. Really feel that diaphragm beneath you. And exhale for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Exhale for 3, 2, and 1. One more time. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, and exhale for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and plant your forehead down on the mat. Bring the arms to the side. Palms can be up or face down. And we're just going to introduce some movement into the head. So on an inhale, look to the right. On an exhale, back to center. Inhale to the left. Exhale to center. And we'll do that 2 more times. Inhale right. Exhale center. Inhale left. Exhale center. Inhale right. Exhale center. Inhale left. Exhale center. Okay, we're going to do an arched crocodile. So we're going to bring the hands back under the forehead. We're going to bring that right knee up to a 90-degree angle. And then we're going to kind of crab walk those arms and hands so your right elbow is getting closer to your right knee. And take a breath here. And back to center. Right leg goes down. Left leg comes out to that 90 degrees and inch over so your left elbow is getting closer to your left knee. And take a breath. And back to center. Just introducing some movement into that spine. We'll go each direction 1 more time. So to the right. And center. And to the left. And center. Great. All right, we're going to come up to tabletop. We're gonna get those hips warmed up. So we're gonna start with some hip rolls. We're gonna start towards the back with our glutes towards our heels. And we're gonna move to the left and up over those hands to the right and back to the heel. Try and inhale, coming forward, exhale, going back. One more time, inhale and exhale. Now we're going to take it to the right. Inhaling up, exhaling back. Last time, inhale and exhale. Okay, back to tabletop. We're gonna do some tiger curls. So this will be similar to cat-cow, but we're moving a leg with it. So we're gonna have that right leg up at a 90-degree angle. And we're gonna exhale and try and bring the nose to the knee. And exhale back. We're gonna do 5 of these. So here's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Introducing that movement to the spine, set the right knee down, lift the left leg, and 5 on this side. Inhale going up, exhale on that contraction. Here's 3, 4, and 5. Left knee goes down. We're gonna do some side bends in tabletop. So you're going to shift your hip to the left, bring the gaze to your right hip. You can cross the left foot over the right. And shift the hips to the right, look to your left hip. Let's do that twice more on each side. Shift to the left, looking right. Shift to the right, looking left. Shift to the left, looking right. And final one. Okay, we're gonna get up into our first downward facing dog. And take just a moment here and introduce the movement. You can pedal out those feet. Your hips are lifted. Your neck is relaxed. Kind of gazing at the toes or between the legs. You might shift your hips from side to side. You might come up onto your toes, press the chest back, let those heels drop. Again, just taking whatever movement feels good here right now. And we're gonna gaze forward, stepping towards our hands. We're gonna do a ragdoll, so feet are about hip width apart or 2 fist distance to measure. Grab opposite elbows, bend your knees, and shift your weight from foot to foot, creating a swaying sensation in that upper body. Let that head and neck relax. Okay, plant your hands for forward fold. We're going to do some sun salutations, so go ahead and bring your feet together. We're going to rise to half lift, back is flat, hips are pulling back, hands are on your shin, and exhale into a forward fold. We're gonna rise up, hands overhead, shoulders away from your ears. Swan dive down, forward fold, half lift, forward fold, rise all the way up again. This time we're just gonna take some half moons. So we'll shift to one side and then the other. Left hip out, right hands to the right, up straight, hips to the right, arms to the left, biceps pressing against the head. Inhaling over, exhaling back to center. One more on each side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Fold forward, half lift, folding forward, rising up. This time taking that spine in a third direction, we're going to just do a slight back bend. And back up to center, fold forward, and step into your high plank. We'll be using the Vinyassa Flow several times throughout class, so we'll practice a couple here. We're going to shift forward on our toes. We're going to exhale into chaturanga, keeping those elbows in close to the chest, hovering if you can. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And that's the flow. We'll do it twice more. So we're going to inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. One more time. I'll cue the breath. You do the movement. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, we're going to open up those hips a little bit more. So lift the right leg, step it through to the right hand. We're going to sink here for a minute in a runner's lunge. Just bounce, opening up those hips and groin. And we're going to plant the knee and do a straddle stretch. So front toes come up, bending over that front leg. And then shift back into runner's lunge. Straddle stretch. Runner's lunge. Straddle stretch. And then on this final one, we're going to come back to runner's lunge. We're going to lift up to crescent. Hands meet the mat. Step back to plank. Take it through a flow. Same thing on the left side. Left leg lifts. Steps through to the left hand for runner's lunge. Taking a moment to shift and bounce. And we're going to put that right knee down, coming back to a straddle stretch. And runner's lunge. Straddle stretch. Runner's lunge. Straddle stretch. And on this last one, coming up to runner's lunge and moving into crescent. Hands go down, take it through a flow. Go ahead and push back into a downward facing dog. give yourself a moment to breathe, relax. Imagine that flowing, easy, peaceful river. And we'll get ready for our flow sequence. We are going to be doing a mandala flow. So we will be going in a circle. Each flow has 4 different parts, and we will be doing the right leg twice and then the left leg twice. So instead of alternating each time, it's a little bit different. And each time we flow through it, we'll add on, making it a little bit more difficult each time. So if you are ready to join me, we'll meet in downward facing dog. We're gonna lift the right leg, step it through. We're gonna do crescent warrior, so that back heel stays lifted. Your shoulders are over your hips. Your arms and gaze are up. On an exhale, we're going to move into warrior B, shifting that back foot parallel to the back of the mat, making sure that that right knee stays right over the ankle, gazing over your fingertips. And then we're going to move into star. So feet are both parallel, arms are up. We're going to exhale into warrior B on the other side. And inhale, lift up to crescent warrior. And hands down to the mat, feet back, take it through a flow. So we're gonna pick this up just a little bit as we lift the right leg again. Step forward to the right hand. Lift up to crescent warrior. Exhale to warrior B. Inhale to star. Exhale to warrior B. Inhale to crescent warrior. Exhale, take it through a flow. All right, now time for the left leg. So left leg lifts, step it through, rise up to crescent warrior. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, star. Exhale, warrior 2 on the opposite side. Inhale, crescent warrior. Exhale, hands down. Take it through a flow. And final one for this sequence, left leg lifts. Step it through, rise to crescent warrior. Open to warrior 2. Inhale, star. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, crescent warrior. Hands to the mat. Step back, take it through a flow. All right, flow 2. We're gonna add on goddess pose during star. So lift the right leg, step it through, crescent warrior. Exhale to warrior 2. Inhale to star. Bring your hands into your heart and kind of squat down, point your toes out. Squat down into that goddess pose, maybe shifting the weight from foot to foot, maybe bouncing up and down, back up to star. Exhale to warrior 2, inhale to crescent warrior, hands down, take it through a flow. Right leg, second time. Step it through. Rise to crescent warrior. Exhale to warrior B. Inhale to star. Exhale, hands to center. Pointing those toes out, coming into goddess. Inhale the star. Exhale the warrior bee. Inhale the crescent. Hands down. Take it through a flow. Left side, left leg lifts. Step it through. Crescent warrior. Warrior bee. Star. Exhale, hands to center. Toes point out. Squat down. Inhale, star. Exhale, warrior bee. Inhale, crescent warrior. Hands down. Take it through a flow. Final time for this flow. Left leg lifts again. Step it through. Crescent warrior. Exhale the warrior bee. Inhale the star. Exhale, hands to heart center. Toes point out. Coming down to goddess. Inhale the star. Exhale to bee. Inhale to crescent. And hands down. Take it through your flow. Go ahead and push back into your child's pose for just a moment. We've got 2 more of these flows. Feel your heartbeat. Feel the blood pumping through your veins. And see if you can use your breath to slow the 2 of those sensations. Take a deep breath in. Use an H-A, ha sound to release audibly through the mouth. And let's push back up into downward dog. So we are going to add a reverse warrior after the first warrior 2 in each sequence. So go ahead and lift that right leg up. Step forward, coming up into crescent warrior. Opening up to warrior bee. We're gonna flip that front palm. We're gonna reach, knee stays over the ankle, pressing forward, reaching back with that right hand for reverse warrior. Coming back to warrior bee. Inhale the star, feet point out. Exhale, hands to heart center, sink into goddess. Inhale the star. Exhale to warrior bee. Inhale the crescent. Take it through a flow. Lifting that right leg again. Step it through to the right hand. Coming up into crescent warrior. Exhale to warrior bee. Inhale to star. Exhale to goddess. Inhale to star. Exhale to warrior bee. Forgot to do this on the other side, reverse warrior. Inhale to crescent lunge. Hands come down, step it back, take it through a flow. We're ready for the left leg lifts. Step it through, crescent warrior. Open to warrior bee. Flip the wrist, reverse your warrior. Exhale to warrior bee. Inhale to star. Exhale to goddess. Inhale to star. Exhale to warrior bee on the other side. Inhale to crescent. Hands down, take it through your flow. Last time, left leg lifts, steps through the left hand, crescent warrior, warrior B, reverse your warrior, warrior B, star, exhale to goddess, inhale to star, exhale to warrior B, inhale to crescent, hands down, take it through your flow. All right, we've got one more. We're going to add a warrior C at the end of each sequence. So go ahead and lift that right leg, step it through, rise to crescent, exhale warrior B, inhale star, exhale goddess, inhale star, exhale warrior B, inhale crescent, shifting the weight to the front foot. We're going to kick up and into warrior C, and back to crescent, hands down, step back, take it through your flow. Right leg lifts, steps through, rise up to crescent, open to warrior B, flip the wrist, reach forward and reverse, back to B, up to star, goddess pose, up to star, warrior B, coming into crescent, shifting to the front foot again, going out to warrior C, back to crescent, and hands down, take it through a flow. Left leg again, step it through, rise up to crescent warrior, open to warrior B, flip the wrist, reach forward, reverse your warrior, warrior B, star, goddess, star, warrior B, up to crescent, and warrior C, back to crescent, hands down, take it through a flow. Last time, left leg lifts again, step through, crescent warrior, warrior B, flip that front wrist, reach forward, reverse, warrior B, star, goddess, star, warrior B, up to crescent, warrior C, back to crescent, take it through a flow. Go ahead and press back to child's pose. We're going to do a little bit more for our hips before we go into some stretches. So we're going to start with dancing pigeon. So your hands are going to be underneath your shoulders. We're going to lift up into downward dog. The right leg is going to lift. And we're going to act like we're coming into pigeon, just bringing that knee and foot forward. Shift back to three-legged dog. Shifting forward, back to three-legged dog, and shifting forward. On this next time, you're gonna lay that leg down. We're gonna be an upright pigeon, so push back. And we're going to stretch out to sleeping pigeon, upright, exhale to sleeping, inhale upright, exhale sleeping, inhale upright, and on this final one, take a couple breaths in sleeping pigeon. Hands can be stacked underneath your forehead or outstretched in front of you. All right, we're gonna come back up to upright pigeon. We're gonna leave our right leg bent, shift onto the right hip, bringing the left foot forward. We're going to reach over towards our left foot. And then we're gonna set our right hand down by our right hip and come up to Wild Thing, pressing those hips forward. And sitting back down, reaching over to our toes. Coming back to Wild Thing. Reaching over to our toes. And back to Wild Thing. From there, we'll come back to downward facing dog and do the same thing on the left. So left leg lifts, bringing it up towards your left elbow. Exhaling when you move forward, inhaling when you move back. And on this time, we're gonna set that leg down, upright pigeon to sleeping pigeon. Inhale upright, exhale sleeping, inhale upright, exhale sleeping, inhale upright, exhale sleeping. And pause here, taking a couple deep breaths. Remember that calm, peaceful, flowing river. Back up to upright pigeon, shifting onto the left hip, bringing the right foot forward. We're going to reach towards those toes. Left hand goes by the left hip for Wild Thing, pressing those hips forward, reaching towards our toes. Wild Thing, reaching towards the toes, and Wild Thing. Okay, while we're seated here, we're going to do cobbler pose. So bring those feet together, knees out wide, maybe shift your glutes forward, pressing down on the knees with your elbows and gently releasing forward. You can introduce the movement here too if it feels good. Let's go ahead and come into half lotus, bend forward, giving that glute a good stretch. Work your way back up to seated. Opposite legs cross. Exhaling forward. And back up. We're going to move into frog. So knees come out wide, feet are wider. Come down to the elbows and shift your weight back into those hips for a nice, juicy stretch. Breathing into where it's tight. Letting the muscles relax. Coming out of the pose, bring your feet together, knees together. And we're gonna come into hero pose. I'm gonna use a block. Knees are touching, feet are out to the edge of your mat, and you're going to sit down between your legs. We're just going to do seated hero pose, stretching out the shins and the ankles. If it's in your practice, you can go back to your elbows and release. We're going to lay down on our back for some bridge. We're going to do a moving bridge. So bring those feet up. On our breath in, we're going to lift our hips and our arms, and our arms are going to touch the floor overhead. So inhale. And on the exhale, the hips and the arms come down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Come into happy baby, grabbing your big toes or the outside of your feet, rocking back and forth. Tailbone should be pointed to the back wall. Go ahead and raise those feet up to the ceiling and gently release. We're going to come into Shavasana. You can do feet up the wall. If you have a wall available, you can do supported feet up the wall. And we're going to come back to that calm and peaceful river. We're going to dip our toes in, kind of scrunching those toes together, letting them relax. Moving to the arch of the foot, squeeze it, relax. Water's making its way up to the shins, so engage those, relax the thighs, relax your glutes. Those relax. Engage the stomach. Release the heart. Your shoulders. And just as you engage and relax, just feel your body sinking further and further onto your mat. Squeeze your biceps, your hands, your throat, and finally your head. Just feel yourself floating along that lazy river. Let yourself be like water, formless, shapeless, molding into whatever shape or space it's put into. If you pour water into a cup, it takes the shape of that cup. And just float. If a thought comes into your mind, just let it slowly drift away with the current. Slowing down your breathing. Feeling it slow down your heart rate and the blood pulsing through your veins. Stay here for as long as you like. Flowing like a river. Take that with you into your day and just flow around whatever obstacles might be meeting you in your path. It's been an honor to guide you through this practice today. Namaste.